Hey everyone,
Hey guys,
welcome to Making Etsy Make Sense. I'm Brian.
I'm Mandy. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Chag Sameach if you celebrate, and welcome to Making Etsy Make Sense. Just gonna let everyone join in. Today we are, hey Nancy.
Hey Nancy.
Today we're going to be, hi Irene.
Hi Irene.
Today we're going to be talking, hi Durgo. I'll finish the sentence at some point. And today we are going to be, hey Anna. Hey Brittany. Today we're going to be talking about keywords, how to find keywords, how to do keyword research. Hey Kelly.
Hey Kelly.
We're going to be diving a little bit into it. We're diving in as if you're starting a listing from scratch. So this isn't going to contain search analytics, which we're going to get into in a future episode once we figure out how to show it without just showing all of our information. So this is going to be more, you have a product, a brand new product that you just created, and you want to come up with the best tags, titles, keywords, descriptions to get found. And that's what we're going to be working with. And as we get started here, as we wait for people to join, I'm going to back up a touch and put a cat.
You're going to hear our cat today. She's
in her little bed.
She's very chatty today.
Today she just
Yeah.
Today she just wants to chat, and that's just how life is sometimes.
Yep.
Okay, girl. So she's going to help us choose some keywords. Most of them will be meow, but we will filter out repeats. And yeah, so we're going to be talking about keywords and finding the hottest keywords. They'll be lukewarm, but they'll be good. There's no such thing as a hot keyword. No keyword is going to work for everybody exactly the same. So this is just finding the best keywords for your product, and that's for you. This will be a full-on audience participation. Throw in comments if you have, throw in ideas if you have. We're going to be starting with brainstorming and coming up with ideas, that kind of stuff. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
We're going to be coming up with ideas. We can all crowdsource that. And yeah, and if you have any questions, also throw them in. We're going to be not necessarily pausing to answer questions, but we're going to be pausing to answer questions because that's what's going to end up happening. and yeah. And she's gonna talk throughout.
Yeah, I fed her, and that did not do anything.
No, she's attention seeking today. Hey Jennifer.
Hey Jennifer.
And yeah, so there's a few tools that we're going to be using today. We will link them down below once the video's over. The first one is going to be just a random spreadsheet that we made. It's a blank spreadsheet, so it's not like anything of importance. It's just, you could use a piece of paper, you can use just a blank spreadsheet, you can use anything. We're going to be using eRank because that's our tool of choice for this type of research. And we're going to be using WildBot's Taggregator, which was shared to us by Laura Hart in the group a couple weeks ago. And it is just a great tool for taking just a bunch of words, putting them together in tag length, and removing extra words that aren't needed, extra repeats, and it's just a great tool that we've been using for a few weeks now, and we love it. It's the best that we found to do this kind of thing, and Laura is the one that actually found it. So thank you, Laura Hart, for sharing that with us. And yeah, Nancy says, I always forget I click on stuff. Yes, I list new items, and this is always the hardest part. A brand new item, especially if it's a new category that you're working on, a new launch of just different products, that's always the hardest thing. Optimizing after is a little bit easier because you have some data to go off of what's working and what's not working, and then you can further beyond that. But starting from scratch is a lot of the times a lot harder than taking an established listing and working through. Hey, Pam. Um, imagine that. People sharing and learning from one another. It's one thing that we definitely promote around here, and we find that doing things in groups is just significantly crowdsourcing is a term for a reason, and it makes life easier, and other people will think of things that you don't think of, just like you'll think of things that other people don't think of. So crowdsourcing just works out really well. Kelly says I get confused about repeating tags.
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that. There is nothing wrong with repeating words as long as there's a reason for it. That's a little hint of what's to come.
Strategy.
So it's all about strategy, and if there's a purpose for it, do it. If you're just doing it because you can't come up with other words, then that's where it starts wasting space. Hey, Tamara.
Hey.
Ooh, we're in your pocket. Perfect.
Yay.
You won't get the visuals, but... Oh. Oops. I'm clicking everywhere. You won't get the visuals. I don't know how many visuals there's going to be. Actually, it's all going to be visual. We're going to be sharing a screen so you guys can see the process that we take as we do it and go from there. So Jennifer's question we'll get to afterwards because it's not really about this. And or if anyone wants to answer as well in thread, you can do that, or if she posts in the group later. But we're also going to get to that because we love you, JJ. So the product that we are going to be working on today, and we'll do a couple if we have time. If we don't have time, then we don't. So we're going to start with one that's a little bit easier to work with. And which one do you want to do?
Let's do this one.
Okay.
So this is something that I personally bought from a seller who's not actually on Etsy. She just sells through Instagram. So it's a little Frankenstein crocheted succulent.
And she's Psycho Knitter Customs.
Psycho Knitter Customs, yeah.
On
so you can check
everywhere.
her out, and you can order through her Instagram, which is what I did.
And so this is a Frankenstein succulent that's crocheted, and these are real screws because it wouldn't be the same without real screws. And it's just the cutest little thing, and we just have a lot of cute things. And we also have a pumpkin from her because
I mean, how could I not?
We're jack-o'-lantern kind of people, so
Look at it.
there's jack-o'-lantern things in our house. So this is kind of where we're going to start. Just to because keyword research is the same no matter what your product is. It's kind of the same process that you're going to be going through. So it doesn't matter what the product is. This is just something that we had that's homemade, and figure this is a great place to start because crochet is something that many of you guys do, or needlework in general. It's cute, it's cuddly, it's squishy, and it's just, we like cute things around here. So what we're going to start with is brainstorming. And so you want to first start off by just brainstorming a list of words that describe the item. So let me share the screen just to show you what we're working with here. That's her. That's her Instagram with all these cute little things. Lots of cute things. But
Yeah, you should definitely check her out.
yes, definitely a very simplistic spreadsheet. This could be done on a piece of paper. This could be done anywhere. It's that easy. We just have a couple columns for brainstorming ideas. Usually you would just have one column, but because we don't want the text to be too small, it's multiple columns. And then we made one for material and characteristics. So that's everything like color, size, material, style, anything, the method that was used, stuff that isn't really what the item is, but it's physically what the item is, if that makes sense. It's not what the item is of, it's what the item is made of.
Materials?
Materials
Is that
and
what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm trying to say. For some reason, I just added a whole lot of words to that.
That happens sometimes.
So, with this as our model, there's no way to prop it up. I should have thought about that, to hang it right there in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do that. So, what is this? Tell me what this is.
So it's a Frankenstein
Frankenstein.
crocheted.
Crochet would be over here.
You guys throw in your suggestions if you have any. Succulent.
It's a succulent.
It's a pot, I guess. You do it?
Yep.
It's a pot.
Yes. Oh yeah. So you guys might be 20 seconds behind us. So spooky, exactly. Spooky. Yeah. Under materials, we got yarn. We got polyfill. You can use Frankenstein. It is Frankenstein's monster, so I guess we should probably put that. Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein is in the public domain. Can't use just the standard, like you can't use, not Disney, whoever's using Frankenstein. There's certain Frankensteins you can't use, certain designs of Frankenstein you can't use, but Frankenstein in general is in the public domain now, so Frankenstein is perfectly acceptable.
Halloween.
Plant decor. We got adorable. We got Halloween. It's green, so throw that into the materials characteristics.
Brittany said plant.
Yeah, I got plant decor.
Oh, you got plant decor.
Um,
Okay.
Oops. Amigurumi, which I'm guessing is a style, just because I've never personally heard that term. Who's this good for? This is good for spooky people. Is this good for a kid's room? Is this good for a plant lover gift? Desk buddy. Yeah, that's actually what I was trying to come up with and couldn't come up with it in my head. Hey, Jill.
I'm just gonna replace his face with mine.
Halloween party, but yours is the nice face. You should be replacing mine. People are here to see you, not me.
It's the monster and the beast.
So there's kind of that's kind of like a little brief of come up with who it's for. This is maybe for kids, kids first plant or something like that. Something they don't have to water. It's soft cotton.
Botany. That was a good one.
Yep. Botany. Gift for gardener. And that's kind of how we would just literally brainstorm just anything we could come up with. Hey, Brett.
She.
Hmm?
I'm weird
little.
because it's the opposite side too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and it's cut off. Now I'm square, so you can't see my hand. Witchy.
Yep. So once we kind of come up with a list, we then want to jump over to eRank. And this is where we're going to have a little fun. So we're going to start off with, under listing optimization, we're going to use the AI listing helper.
And this is available on free accounts too.
You get 1 use on the free account. With the pro account, you get 20 uses per day. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's 5 or 10 for the basic account, and then just insane amounts for the expert account. But you get 1 use of this per day on the free account. You get 20 on the pro account. So we're going to start off with, and this is a tool that uses AI to come up with ideas as well. So once you brainstorm some ideas, that'll help you create the short description. And those ideas will also be used later. So this is a crochet succulent plant in the shape of Frankenstein's monster with screws, metal for bolts. Metal for bolts. Any other words we want to throw in there? Great gift for a plant and Halloween lover. And perfect for a witchy desk. What's just something you put on a desk?
All I can think is paperweight right now. I don't think that's what you're going for with it.
No. Call it desk sitter. It'll come up with it. Accessory. Hey, that.
Is that the word you were? Okay.
That's.
Thanks, Irene.
Thanks, Irene. I would have eventually got there. And then you hit submit. It's going to do its thing. And the AI tool in eRank is going to come up with some title ideas, some tag ideas, and description ideas. And they're going to be a little bit crazy. But this is great for like picking and choosing. Teacher gift. Ooh, I like that one.
I like
Let's
that.
throw that over to our brainstorming list. Teacher gift.
Because it'll be a cute gift for like a teacher around Halloween.
So because we can't see what you guys can see, let us know if that's visible or if I should zoom in more. But some of the title ideas it came up with were handmade crochet Frankenstein succulent plant with metal bolts, witchy Halloween decor, unique crochet succulent monster with metal bolts, spooky desk decor gift idea. Frankenstein's monster inspired crochet plant. I would say crochet succulent. You definitely want succulent in there in the title.
Yeah.
Halloween gift for plant lovers. So those are some title ideas that it came up with just based on the information that we fed it. It can't see our product, so you have to describe it as best as you can, using the words that you came up with before, or just how you would describe it to a friend that can't see it. And then it's going to spit some stuff out. The descriptions, I love the descriptions that this thing comes up with. They are a little bit whimsical and AI driven, but grabbing bits and pieces of these are absolutely amazing. Bring spooky charm to your home decor with this unique crochet succulent plant shaped like Frankenstein's monster, complete with metal bolts for an extra eerie touch. Perfect for plant and Halloween lovers alike. This quirky creation is sure to be a hit as a witchy desk accessory or a thoughtful gift for a friend who enjoys the spookier things in life. Add a touch of whimsical fun to your space with this one-of-a-kind plant creation. Like, with the little amount of information that we gave it, it came up with that, and that is a perfect description. I would change a few words here and there to put it in our own voice, and because it doesn't know that it's not one of a kind and that kind of thing, you would need to kind of adapt a little bit. But for the most part, that first description is phenomenal.
We were talking last week about AI and how it's usually like a really just a word jumble. But I do find, and it's not because you work for them, but I do find that eRanks is a lot nicer. Like, it feels like there's a lot less that you would have to.
They have it formulated properly. They're using very specific prompts. They are using OpenAI, but they're using very specific prompts that you're not using when you're doing it through ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is going to spit out, this is what works for the internet at large,
Yeah.
versus what you're seeing here is something that's very formulated for Etsy specifically, or just sales specifically, instead of this is the beginning of a short story, which is kind of what ChatGPT tends to lean towards, is here's just word salad instead of this is specifically for a product. And so you would just get much better results with this kind of thing.
The formulated really nice. Yeah.
Exactly. And then when you scroll down a little bit further, you're going to get tag ideas. And this is where the real magic happens. You're going to get a lot of things that are kind of nonsense, just because, again, it's based on the information that you gave it, and it doesn't actually know what your product is, just it knows what you told it. So this first one, for example, is unique plant holder. It's not a plant holder. Retro desk decor. Is it retro? Frankenstein is kind of retro. It is the retro style of Frankenstein as well. So you click on the little star. I've created a list for crochet succulents, and then we can just hit the little star next to it, and it'll add it to that list. So now I have one of 50 keywords in that list. Yeah, crochet Frankenstein plant. That describes it perfectly. Monster desk decor. Yeah. Halloween home accent. Ooh, accent.
Yeah.
Cute plant gift. Whimsical succulent plant pot. Funny office accessory. I don't know if it's funny. Quirky Halloween decor. Yeah.
Definitely.
And right now you can kind of ignore the all of the stats. The stats will help you later on, but these are kind of these are more long tail keywords that it's giving you. So it's not necessarily like these might not even fit in your 20 characters. These are also combining lots of words together. So each individual word in there is going to be hot, but the whole phrase itself doesn't necessarily mean anything. And that's something we're gonna work on a bit later. You got novelty crochet planter. Sure. Just adding a whole bunch of stuff just to populate that list. We got creepy plant friend. I like that. Quaint desk decoration. So I'm actually going to, oh, you guys can't see when I right click, but that's fine. Adorable Frankenstein art, modern Halloween centerpiece. Yeah, it's little, but it can be a centerpiece.
We have modern and what was it? And
modern
retro.
and retro. It's both. It's modern retro. Rustic. Charming plant decoration, quaint Frankenstein display. We get the idea. It's giving a lot of different ideas about just ideas of words that you can use that describe this item. And that is the listing helper. And that was under listing optimization. You'll find the AI listing helper. After we create that list, let's pop that down. Let's actually go back to that just so that I have my, nope. So keyword lists, and we just created the crochet succulents list. And this has built a list of all of those words that we just chose. So some of them we'll see have some level of stats to them. Some of them will have none, but that's perfectly fine. Because what we're now going to do is go through these and find ones that we want to look further into. Like, we want something with Frankenstein in it. Or actually, let's just jump straight to that. We'll do it that way too. So, crochet Frankenstein plant. Let's click on that. And this will bring up the keyword idea. No keyword stats were found because it is long tail and no one's really using that. So let's just look up Frankenstein art. Art? Yeah, sure. Frankenstein art and see what comes up. And it's searching. So that has about 20 searches. There's 10,000 listings that are using that. This tends to be, it was actually hot in January of 2023 and hasn't really bounced up since then. But you can also throw in the other marketplaces. And it looks like on Google in October, Frankenstein blows up naturally.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. And then down below, you're going to have more ideas. So we love Frankenstein. And here you're going to get a lot more just shorter tags, ones that are suitable for tags. So in this case, Frankenstein, just Frankenstein by itself, we have 1,100 average searches. And 29,000 results. That's versus Frankenstein art, which didn't really come up with much. So Frankenstein by itself, great word. Frankenstein art doesn't help as an exact match. And that's what we're looking for now, is also exact matches, because those are things that we're going to pull aside, because those words can be repeated, because we want to be found for those particular terms.
Had Frankenstein art also been huge, then you could use Frankenstein and Frankenstein art.
Exactly. We have Frankenstein decor, which isn't horrible. Just art by itself is hot because it's Etsy.
Yeah.
And if we go to the SERP analysis, these are, what was that? Search engine results.
Page? No.
I forgot what I found out last week.
I feel like, yeah, we literally talked about it last week too.
And this will give you the most popular tags around Frankenstein art. So Frankenstein, it's the hottest. Frankenstein art is second. We got horror art, Halloween wall art, art print. And it gives you kind of that word cloud of other terms that are in that same vein. And that'll kind of give you more ideas. All of what we're doing is all about ideas and researching more and more ideas of what might be good and what might not be. It'll tell you the categories that most things with Frankenstein art is in this case, digital prints, because it's art, and the general price range and processing times. And if you make that specific thing, we put Frankenstein art, that's not what this specifically is. So these numbers might not match as well. And then we're going to jump over to top listings. Again, because we did Frankenstein art, let's just change to Frankenstein. I feel like that'll give us...
This is the more popular keyword.
That is the more popular keyword, and it'll also give us better results as far as other listings that have Frankenstein in them. So there's the average search results for Frankenstein. It's green when it comes to the average searches. You got 1,100 or 1,200 average searches. That's amazing. For Etsy competition, you got 29,000. That's a lot lower than I was expecting. So that's a good thing.
Sure.
I don't know what it is, but in February, March, and April, that's a hot term for some reason.
I'm trying to think if anything was released. Or
Did the show come out last year? Was there a Frankenstein movie? It could have been anything that trends, but it also trended. It also trended this year as well at that same time in February. Frankenstein was trending for some reason. That's a good thing to know. That kind of helps you determine if it's something that is generally used or if it's just it happened to hit one time and never again. It shows you where most searches are, and then you get into the keyword ideas, which is what we had before. You got Frankenstein hands, Frankenstein t-shirt, Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Frankenstein decor, which we already hearted. Mermaid Frankenstein.
Interesting.
If you make mermaid Frankensteins, this is possibly a great thing. You got the SERP analysis, which gives you that cloud again. But then what I wanted to jump to is the top listings. So this will show you the top listings for Frankenstein. And so it should be the top 100. Yeah, it's the top 100 listings of Frankenstein. And this kind of gives you an idea of what other people selling selling things using that keyword are selling. And you could also see what other keywords they're using, which is perfect. So this particular one, sorry, is a cute, it's from Cute Cozy Crochets, and it's a crochet amigurumi Halloween whale, handmade plushies, Frankenstein, candy corn, zombie stuffed animal. So we didn't add amigurumi yet, so we can just hit that little star, and now that is added to. I didn't add it. There, okay, it added to our list. We didn't even add handmade. You got handmade, you got crochet, you got cute, stuffed animal, plushie, Halloween, spooky. Most of what this particular listing is using is great for what we're listing as well. Not what we're listing, but what we're talking about. And so add those to the list. Add any words that work to your list. You're not going to be copying them. You're not going to be doing what they're doing. This particular one has a lot of single word tags, a lot of things that could be optimized a lot better, but there was a lot of great ideas in there. This one is a tumbler. These are dangle earrings. Yeah, Frankenstein bride. We don't have a bride thing. Halloween jewelry, Halloween party. Mini horror, cute horror. Ooh, I like cute horror. More earrings. There's going to be a lot of earrings, I imagine. And so it's great to go through these and just kind of, even if it's not the same product that you're doing, you might find other words that just work. These are ear warmers. There's Halloween, Frankenstein, and handmade. That's all that we need from that one. But that's generally the principle, and you're adding them to your list. And that list is going to come in handy very, very soon.
And we didn't pre-do any of this. We're just doing this live with you guys, so it's authentic.
I literally grabbed the item on the way to the desk to do this. So it's all random.
Also, Britt said halfway to Halloween, which is like at the end of this month. So
I like halfway to Halloween. That's something that we use a lot.
And that can be why there's more of an uptick in this kind of stuff.
Creepy plant friend is another one that I have pulled. Creepy shirt, gift for friend, for spirit, the great pumpkin. That's okay. So now we've added 23 terms to our keyword list here. So let's view the list and just see if there's anything that doesn't necessarily work as well as we thought it originally did. We got adorable Frankenstein art. We learned Frankenstein art by itself, not great, but that's fun. Creepy plant friend, crochet Frankenstein plant. And in this instance, it's perfectly fine to have a lot of repeats. Having repeat words like crochet as a single word and crochet Frankenstein plant, perfectly fine, because what we're going to do right after this is filter all that out. It's cute horror, cute plant gift, Frankenstein. Okay.
Is succulent in any of these?
We just
like completely.
We did not have succulent.
I feel like that's important.
So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to add words that we had found before but didn't get added. So we got succulent pot, and let's do a search for it. You could also add keywords directly, but I just want to see if there's anything that we missed for succulent pot as well. What did I miss? I missed a meow. I did not add meow to the list, unfortunately. So succulent pot, we want to add. Let's just throw succulent in there too. Witchy succulent pot. Cute. What was that? No, we already added that one. Succulent planter. It's not a planter. Are you choosing words that most make sense, the ones with the least competition. We're not even looking at competition yet. We're only looking at words that just make sense, because we can worry about competition later. We can worry about average searches later. At the moment, we just want to focus on words that are most relevant to the product. Once you start getting caught up on, oh, this word's good, but this word's not, then you start taking hours and hours doing keyword research when it doesn't need to take that long. So right now we're just kind of finding words that have to do with the product that we're selling, that are just random words essentially. So from here we got a group, we got Desk Buddy, Kids First Plant, we don't, Botany we didn't add, and Gift for Gardener. Let's just add that to the list here. You just click add keywords, and then you can add one manually and add it to the list. So you can take all the words from the spreadsheet you created earlier. Were there any green polyfill? Let's add those. Polyfill. And green, because why not?
Why not?
Why not? Actually going to get rid of a couple columns just because this page is looking too large right now. There we go. So now I'm just showing average searches and Etsy competition, which is going to go with what Aria was saying. So if there's anything that's an individual word or just two words or something that has low search volume and low competition, you want to nix those. So for example, here we have crochet Frankenstein plant, which has unknown and 2 Etsy competition. But we're not going to be concerned about that because we know crochet has a lot of searches and a lot of competition. 1.2 million competition, that's a lot. But because it's such a general term, being just crochet, that's perfectly fine. We had Frankenstein. This is alphabetical order, apparently. We have Frankenstein, which has 1,100 searches, or almost 1,200, with 2,900 Etsy competition. So we know that that's a heavily searched term with not as much competition. So being crochet Frankenstein, that those 2 words by themselves, amazing. Once you put them together with the word pot after, it's not great. But that doesn't matter because the individual words, since all the keywords within your tags are going to be mixing and matching, it doesn't actually matter that much if the whole tag itself is great or not. That's where exact matches come in. Exact matches do get a slight bit of preference, but not by that much. So you don't want to worry too much about that. You just kind of want to worry about the individual words. If you can mix and match it with words that look amazing, then perfect, but they don't have to, as long as individually they have a high search volume. Plushies, again, another one. There's 6,000 people looking for plushies, or 6,000 average searches per month for plushies, and 325,000 results. So there's a lot of results, but there's also a lot of people searching. So would Frankenstein plushie, would Halloween plushie, or horror plushie, those would work really well because horror ranks well, Frankenstein ranks well, and plushie ranks well by themselves. Together, that's even better. Together, once it mixes and matches across everything and puts them together, if someone's searching for horror plushie, they won't see all the results for plushie, but they'll see all the results that have horror and plushie somewhere within your tags. It doesn't matter if they're side by side. And that's why the competition and the average searches doesn't really matter when it comes to the whole tag itself. It's just about the individual keywords within the tag. And those words are used synonymously a lot, tag and keyword. The tag is the entire, you've got 13 tags. Each tag can have 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 if the words are short, keywords within it. So the keywords are the words within the tags. The tag is the whole block. And you only can have 13 blocks, but you can have a whole lot of keywords within each block and within all 13 blocks of your tags and title and everywhere else. So these look good. none of the words stand out as not being part of the product. And so what we're going to do is go back to our keyword list. Let's just go to keyword tool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, I think I zoomed in too much now, maybe. She's back. This is under me. Hold on, let me pick her up so that I don't step on her. Okay, Aiko, come say hi to people. Say hi to people. Hi, people. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Hit back. Okay. All right. So we have the list of all of those words under our crochet succulents keyword list. So let's highlight them all, copy, and then we're going to go over to this, which is at wildbot.app/tagregator. And that's how you spell tagregator. And this tool, it's an aggregator tool that's going to take all of those words that you just created, and you can add more words as well. If there's any words that were in your the brainstorm sheet that you came up with earlier, you can add those as well to this list. And we're just going to paste what we just had right there. And probably zoom in on this touch. So what we've done is pasted all our terms here. And so some of them might look multiple lines, but each line is a separate, is just separate words, but you could also just throw a whole lot of words in there. And then when you hit generate, it's going to generate a whole bunch of tags. There's a couple words that it couldn't find space for, so it's going to give you unused words. But what it's done is created 13 tags, and you could tell it maximum amounts of characters per tag and max tags. If you do have an exact term that you want to be found for, so if we for sure want to be found for Frankenstein succulent, we can actually bring that tag down to 12 because we know that we're going to use Frankenstein succulent. And so we're only going to have 12 extra tags. If you also want to use your shop name as a tag, drop that down to 11 because now your shop name is going to use up a tag. So this is the maximum amount of tags that are left over after everything else you're going to be adding to them by standard. But let's just have it at 13 for now. So these are the tags that it came up with. It basically took all of the words that we gave it, removed any duplicates, and then made 13 tags, most of which it tried to make them all as close to 20 characters as possible. And so the tags themselves might not make sense. Some might, like Halloween home party, cute gift quirky pot. That doesn't make sense as a tag. If you were to throw that into eRank, you'd get no results whatsoever. This site is called wildbot, W-I-L-D bot.app. I'm going to actually type it right here.
Yeah.
Wildbot.app. I got to spell stuff right. /tagregator. Let's copy this, and I'm gonna throw it up. Save and show. So that's the website that we're using. And so what it's done is thrown all those words together. What animal, spooky, horror, adorable centerpiece, decoration. I keep running into that word that I don't know how to pronounce. Friend, quaint, modern. None of these tags by themselves make any sense, but as the keywords in the tags, they do make sense. And essentially, what they do is Etsy will mix and match from across all of these different tags, all of the keywords that you're using. So you will still come up for retro centerpiece because you have retro and you have centerpiece. So Etsy will mix and match across all of these words. And all you have to do is hit copy and paste right into your listing. And it'll parse them out because the commas are there. It'll parse it out into your 13 tags. or 12 or 11 or however many tags you told it to do, because you want one for your shop name and exact match and that type of stuff. So that's kind of the best way when you have a brand new product to come up with keywords. There are unused words, so we definitely want witchy in there, because that's a word that we love, that we feel like just works with everything. So we're going to go through and maybe we can knock out animal. It's not an animal, so let's paste it right there. If we want stuffed, we could take it and throw it, what's that, 6, 7, 8 characters. So we would need to find another word with 8 characters that we can eliminate. And I don't know, just throw it into handmade. It doesn't matter. You can play around with that as well while you're there. You can edit, you can add text, you could do whatever you want. And you could kind of see where everything lines up at the 20 characters. But this is just, I could have killed polyfill probably. But this is a great way to go from just a spreadsheet of random words. Let's kill that thing there. Whoops.
I don't think you're allowed to say that word on YouTube.
You're allowed to say anything you want.
You're going to unalive it.
That's TikTok. So we went from just coming up with brainstorm ideas to using the listing optimization AI listing helper to come up with further ideas. And that gave us, and you could also jump back to your history, which will not use another one of your daily results. And so you can keep coming back to it over and over again. You don't have to worry about trying to come up with what you typed before. When it's at normal screen size, you'll see it over at the side and you could just click on it and it'll come up. When you're zoomed right in, you don't see that, of course. It's down at the very bottom underneath everything. And then we went from AI to we went to the keyword tool, and we used some of those AI terms here to kind of determine which ones worked out. We added them to a list, and you can have, I actually don't know how many lists you could. With the free plan, you could have 1 keyword list. With the pro plan, you can create up to 50 lists. I believe you can have 25 with the basic plan. I'm just trying to remember my eRank plans. And
none of which are very expensive. Like, you can use the free plan if you're not.
We used the free plan for about 7-8 months before we moved up. There was only the pro plan at the time, and we've been using it ever since. And that was, we originally started with eRank in August of 2019.
So that long
It's
ago?
been that long.
Oh,
and just for full disclosure, I have been doing work for eRank, helping with beta tools, that type of stuff, since February of last year. It does not bias my opinion whatsoever, because I do
what's using best. It so long before that.
That, and we use what tools work best for our business. Our business comes first before any tools or anything like that. And yeah, and then we threw it into the tagregator.
Thank you, Laura, for just pointing that out to us.
Pointing what out? What did I miss?
The tagregator.
Oh, yeah, Laura Hart. Sorry. Yeah, I wrote it down so I remember her name. And that's how we come up with tags for a brand new product. If you already have a similar product, it makes it significantly easier. I can actually jump to us now. If you already have a similar product, it makes it a lot easier, because you can jump into the stats of that current product and see what words are working, what words aren't working, and kind of go from there. But this is, if you're working completely from scratch, this is kind of a great way to come up with words that you didn't think of, or words that just you would have never thought of.
And the like, when you're looking for keywords, kind of keep in the back of your mind, if somebody was buying this for a gift for somebody and they weren't into anything spooky, how would they search for it? And that's a lot of it. not always like what you're going to do, because you kind of are in that whole field, you know, kind of what you're searching for and what you're looking for. But if it was for somebody who is shopping for this for a gift for somebody else, kind of what would they use? And a completely outside.
Think like a buyer,
Yeah.
essentially.
Who has no idea what they're like, you know.
Because a buyer might not know that they're looking for a crochet Frankenstein succulent. They might just know that they're looking for a cute, spooky gift.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure to include terms that that your general audience or that potential buyers are going to be searching for. Certain products are going to be a lot easier to come up with terms. Certain products, it's going to be a much larger stretch. You might need to ask family, friends. You might need to ask in our group, making Etsy make sense. Just kind of show a picture and say, what would you search for when looking for this product? And that's a big thing is coming up with ways that the average person would search to find your product. Not necessarily, there's probably technical terms that I don't know, cross stitch something. It's stuff that nobody would use. People that are in the know or that want to create this would use that. And so that's something that if you're making a digital, like a pattern file for this, you might want to include those, because that's something that those people would be using. But if you're an end product person, they're not going to be looking for those technical terms. So you want to use terms that the end user or that the person buying for that end user would be using. And I use the term end user because I'm a computer guy. That's not that would be the technical term for the person who now has the product.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
it's kind of a quick overview of.
Yeah. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to jump back to Jennifer's question from earlier. If anyone has any questions they want to throw at us, do that.
Do that.
Do that. Jennifer asked, I had to deactivate several of my listings due to family emergency a week and a half ago. Once I put them back on, will it take another 30 to 90 days? I'm removing a word from my title and 2 from my tags. No. Once you put them back, they're back. Etsy already knows exactly what they are. They've already done all of that research. They've already done all of that aggregation to find out what that product is, who it's for, all of that type of stuff, for the keywords that are in there, for everything of that listing. All that it is for that time that you were off for the week and a half, there's been no new data. And so while Etsy has all that old data, any similar products that other people have up, they've still been gathering new data, which means you're falling slightly behind. But you don't need to wait that time for Etsy to reestablish what the keywords are within your listing and how they relate to people searching and people's demographics and that type of stuff. So no, it recovers significantly faster than that. When you do remove words from your title or tags, you are removing the history from those words, of course. So if someone was searching for those words to find the listing, they will no longer find it. But other than that, it's all about just getting recent data and people finding it again. You don't have to it doesn't have to reestablish itself. Then Jennifer asked, do you recommend putting the word gift in your tags titles? I know right now it is super popular and not sure if another word might be better than using gift. I'm going to say yes and no. So definitely have it in there. So in other words, yes. It is a very hot term. For gift, you're going to find millions and millions of results. And that's perfectly fine, because people are searching. People aren't just looking for the word gift. They're looking for gift for him, gift for her, gift for toddler, gift for metalhead. Like they're going to be coming up with other terms with it. So you also do want to have gift in there. But you also don't need to keep it separate from everything else. What we were talking about before with aggregating, you don't need to have gift for him, gift for dad, gift for son, you already have gift in there. You could do gift, dad, son. Those are really short words. That's perfect. Dad, son, father. So you could fit probably 5 keywords in there together, and that'll cover gift for dad, gift for father, gift for son. Just having the word gift in there once. So you don't need to constantly repeat it. You just need it there once and you're gold. And by the way, the word gift comes up with, I'm going to show this because Jesus. Let's zoom in. There are 27.5 million uses of the word gift as just an individual word without anything else, just the word gift in a tag.
I think that probably has a lot to do with gift mode too.
Yes. Yeah. People looking up gift mode. Yeah, gift. I love me some gifts. I actually don't. I hate gifts.
Yeah, I hate it.
I hate gifts. I hate receiving them. Brittany asks, is that the same if coming from vacation mode? Yes. And that's exactly what she was talking about, where she was off for a week and a half on vacation mode and then reopened her store. You don't need to reestablish what your listings are. Etsy already knows what your listings are. All you have to do is give it time. What we like to do when we come off vacation mode is social media and promote it and let people know a few days in advance that at this time on this day, at 6 p.m. on Friday, I'm coming off vacation mode, and it's always good to have like
reopening the shop, or shop's reopening at this time, and
it's always good to have a new product or two just to like even boost it more. But that's just something that we do. But just let people know on social media that you're coming back at this time. Put it in your announcement. Put it in the vacation mode setting so that it's seen everywhere. You're coming back at this time, because if you can promote sales right away, then you actually recover your listing significantly faster because you have recent data instead of just that old data that Etsy's relying on. While it doesn't have to reestablish itself, it does need new data. And by you're laughing and that distracts me.
I'm sorry, Jennifer's being really nice.
Let's show some love to Bryan and Mandy by liking this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all of the other things. We're bad at promoting ourselves as far as this goes. We figure everything sells itself. That's kind of the way that we always work. We're not high pressure salespeople. We make products, even for our business. We make products that people like, and that's why they buy them. But when it comes to vacation mode,
you want to create that buzz when you're coming back, that, you know, it's
let people know you're coming back. That way they are ready for it and they buy right away. Because as you get that fresh new data, you're giving great signals to Etsy, and they're going to start showing you higher up in the ranking just based on that.
You can have a couple items on sale, or so if you want to kind of boost it and kind of get that buzz going about your shop reopening and that kind of thing.
Exactly. Britt asks, if a listing renews automatically, does it count the same as a new listing in Etsy's eyes? Yes. If it's from a sale, then yes, it's now a new listing and you get the sales boost. And so any keyword that was used in search to find that listing, you get a huge boost for that keyword as well. The time that an automatic renew does not help you is an expired listing. So if a listing expires after 4 months and it automatically renews, well, it is seen as a new listing. It's also seen as a listing that didn't do well for a specific search term. Yeah. So listings that are constantly renewing without any sales, you want to look at those after 4 months or after 8 months. So after 1 or 2 renewals without any traffic to them or without any sales, you kind of want to look at them, see why it's not performing, see if there's keywords that just aren't working or if it's not being found for any of the keywords. And you kind of want to analyze that. But something that when it sells, you get that new listing boost, plus you get that I just sold boost, which is the best boost there is. And it doesn't matter if a listing sells from search or if it sells from social media or it sells from somewhere. As long as it sells, you get that huge boost. And if it is from Etsy search, you get a bigger boost for that specific search term as well. So it's all about riding those boosts.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good to not like there's a lot of people that use just having one listed as a sales tactic, and then it sells out because Etsy says only one left, hurry up. The problem is that if it sells and you're not there to renew it instantly, then you could have just squandered that extra huge sales boost and new listing boost, or you still get the new listing boost, but you would miss out on the sales boost, which is the best boost there is.
Or if somebody just wanted to buy a couple of the items,
Exactly.
then you're kind of...
They might not reach out. They might be able to reach out, but they might not reach out. So you might just lose the sale. They might be finding someone else because they need 10 of the item or 100 of the item. So if you're using just having one list as a sales tactic, not great. If you only do have one of the item, only list one. If it's a vintage item or one of a kind, just list one. And then you're not going to be getting that boost. Your shop is going to be getting the boost for the sale, but that listing is not going to get that huge post-sale boost. So to build on that, is it better to have higher quantity or lower? Say it makes some sales, but renews. Does it look bad that there's does it look bad, or that's only if there's no sales? That's only if there's no sales. We generally keep everything at 666. That's our standard quantity, just because
we make on demand as well.
We make on demand. We can make as many as we want, and 666 just works for our brand. But if you have 999 quantity and it it sells, perfect. If you have 999 quantity and it doesn't sell, that's the same as only having one quantity and it doesn't sell. It's seen the exact same in Etsy's eyes.
Just make sure that if you're listing a huge quantity of things, especially in high peak buying times, that you have the means to get all the things, materials that you need to actually make it.
All the materials, and you have the time to knock them out. Play with your processing time if you need to.
Yeah, that too.
Don't list more than you can produce in a set amount of time. But otherwise,
that's a
quantity doesn't matter. Yes, it's... holidays are tough.
Yeah. Overselling when you can't.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all of the other things. And we'll see you in the group on Facebook. We're Making Etsy Make Sense. And
thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. We don't know what we're talking about yet, but it's going to be amazing.
Amazing.
It's going to be the best thing you've ever seen in your life. Or it's going to be just average and normal, and it's going to be great. Have a good one, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.